Go ahead, which color started up so I can make sure. I gotta change my title and all that. I don't know if they're gonna let me do it from right here though. Let me see. Oh my god. I don't know if it's gonna update though. Alright, look like it's up. I'm gonna do a thumbnail for Twitter and tweet it out, and then I'm gonna get started. I do got the chat up, so if you wanna chat, feel free to chat. and I'll get to your message when I get to a stopping point. Of course, when I get into the list, like we can talk about it, we can talk whatever then. Also, if the music too loud, let me know. I just want to have something in the background so I don't just hear just me talking. Turn it down a little bit. I did not get my. Where's my link at, bro? There you go. Alright, I got it tweeted out. Share it to the group chat that I'm on. Of course, I'm gonna leave this up. Of course, on my page if anybody wanna go back and rewatch whatever. All right. Once again, I want to start off by saying shout out to the WNBA and shout out to the WNBA PA Player Association for getting the CBA taken care of. I know that they've been meeting since like last year. I think they said 10, 11 months going on discussion, going back and forth. I'm glad they finally reached an agreement. So they're just ready for them to put pen on paper and to figure out officially exactly what all the numbers is and what the benefits is and all that. But they did come to a conclusion of what they agreed on. So glad to see that. Once again, happy for the women again and finally getting close to what they actually deserve. I don't think they fully there yet, but a couple of years on this trajectory that they going at, I think we'll start getting close to their value that they would prefer to have. This is a good start though. This is a good start. I think the Supermax caps out at like 1.4 million, which I feel like only few of the players gonna get. I don't think it's gonna be a league full of people running around with the Supermax, which it shouldn't be. But those are the very deserving. Those are the highly decorated. You got I throw out some name, maybe somebody like Asia Stewie, people like that. They got like they went through the Olympic teams. They got championships over here. Got championships in colleges. So just getting paid off what they off the strength of the accolades before you even get to the talent. Then you get to the talent, of course they deserve it. So yeah, I don't expect many players. Probably maybe like 5 players. Maybe get the Supermax and they're and the stars on the deck that are very well known around the league. They should get the max. Depending on like what their team situation is, and what kind of pieces and stuff they need to move around, or where they trying to get people or retain people. I'm gonna just go down the list right here. I may be missing a few names, but I do have this list pulled up from Twitter right here. I'm gonna zoom in on it in case I'm missing some names. So I'll go back and forth. So if I'm missing some names, or if y'all got some names I feel like I need to add, let me know. Once again, it is open. It should be open to the chat. You should be open to the chat on here. So you got something to say? Feel free. I'm not gonna bite your head off anything you got to say. This is an open discussion, and hopefully I can do stuff like this. I'm really just trying to set the ground for what I want to do this season. I want to have like open discussions about like games and box scores and stuff like that after the games. At least I want to do it. At least try to do it at least twice a week. That's kind of the schedule I'm looking for. So I'm trying to actually get comfortable with doing all that too. So this is probably my first time doing this. So hopefully it'll work out all right. And once again, if the audio or anything is off or anything, or my voice need to be turned up or the music need to be turned down, let me know. But I'm gonna go down the list right here. These are people that I think are returning to their team. This ain't the end all be all. This ain't the absolute. This is just going off my predictions. I kind of typed this list up yesterday after I started seeing the names. So I just started like jotting down the list. So I'm thinking Asia. I go down this side first, then I go down this side. I'm thinking Asia. I'm thinking Asia gonna return. Stewie return. Sab, Sabrina Nescu. Nafisa returns. Kalia, I gotta start beside her, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that when I come back. Kelsey Mitchell. Um, I know a lot of Indiana fans seem to want. I seen the the rumblings on social media is that Indiana want Kelsey Mitchell off the team. Um, and hoping for a bigger role for Caitlin, which is fine. That's their thoughts on the situation. But I remember the coach hearing saying last year after Kelsey legs went out on her in that playoff game, they definitely they definitely have a top priority to retain her. So that's why I got her. Like I assume she coming back. I think Indiana will also keep Sophie. AT going back to Phoenix. Bree Jones. I know she coming off an injury right now, but I think she played pretty well for Atlanta last year. I think she'll come back. Marina. I don't see Marina going anywhere. I think the Sun keep her. Kayla McBride. She been with Minnesota for a good minute, so I don't see her going anywhere. De'Erica. Maybe I might have should have put a star beside Hamby, but I don't see no other reason the Sparks should let her go. I think they'll keep her. Chelsea Gray, I see her retiring at the Aces. Courtney Vandersloot, possibly I would put a star beside her, but the way Chicago is set up right now, I don't see her going anywhere. Courtney Williams, I don't see her going anywhere. Tina Charles, I see her going back to the Sun. Alicia Gray, I see Atlanta keeping her and Ryan locked down. Kayla Thornton, she was on Valkyrie, got hurt. She had a really good season. She one of the breakout players from last year. She had a really good season till she went down and helped the Valkyrie look really good. Her and Veronica Burton. So I think they'll keep her. I said, I meant to put a T right there. Bridget Carlton, I got to start beside her. I believe she'll come back to Minnesota, but she may be one of them players that because she offer decent defense and good shooting. And WNBA is teams that need shooters all over the place. So I gotta start beside her. So somebody might jump off a ledge and pay her a little more than what Minnesota would give her. Sammy Wickham, I see her retiring in Phoenix. Mo Billings, I see her going back to the Vault. Dana Evans, I see her going back to the Aces. Julie Alamon, the Sparks need to keep her. I think they offense runs fluid when she's at the point guard. Bria Hartley, I see her going back to Sun. I don't know who else would be in the ballpark for even want her. Jessica Shepard, I see them staying. That's another reason I got Bridget Carlton start because they got Jessica Shepard too. I feel like both of them do kind of sort of the same thing. I mean, different players definitely, but I think they do similar things. So that's why I got to start. I just something telling me, or I make put a star beside her. I feel like either one of them two could move if possible. Jay Melbourne, I see her going back to Washington. Erin McDonald, I see Indiana trying to keep her. I don't think she want to go anywhere else anyway. I see Easy staying in Easy staying in New York. She may go somewhere else. I don't know. Not sure on that. Stephanie Talbot, I see her staying where she at. Izzy, I see her staying where she at. She's in Seattle. Even though Dom did play especially like towards the end of the season, I think Dom should have been playing a lot more. But I think she'll stay put unless somebody just really dying for a center and want to pay her some crazy money. Elena Smith, I don't see her going nowhere. Alicia Clark, I don't think anybody else want to give her a big payday due to what Seattle did for her yesterday. Not yesterday, last year. Kelsey Plum, I see the Sparks paying her good enough to stay there. I don't think super max money. I think max money is fine for her to retain her. Erica Will, I see her staying there, especially if Seattle get like a young point guard. She can help get them right for the season. The Wnba, I see her retiring if she don't retire this year. Gabby Williams, I see Seattle paying her good money. I don't know if they'll go super max. I think max is good for Gabby due to her lack of offensive production at times. I think the max is fine for her. And I got to start by Satu. I got to start by Satu and Kalia because I feel like if any one of them leave, I feel like the other one gonna want to leave. And we got 2 expansion teams coming up. Got crazy money to throw. So, I mean, one of them expansion teams could jump up and throw money at Satu. You never know. Or somebody could just, is somebody not like saying that she would go there, but somebody like Washington is somebody that has like money to throw. I can't remember the layouts of all the teams and who I feel like got more money than other teams. But I feel like a young coming up team that got a veteran spot to fill. I feel like Satu could be like a good piece, or an expansion team, somebody that's starting out that ain't got nobody and they wanna build around somebody. I feel like that's also an option for Satu. But I feel like Phoenix being so close to the championship, they may try to retain all their people. But the question is, how they gonna pay all of them? Are they gonna have one super max and 2-3 max players, or would they divide it up, or are they gonna lose some people? So we'll see. Could possibly leave. Like I said, this ain't the end all be all list. So this is just going off my predictions. Think Jewel Lord probably leave. I think somebody will pay her. She had a rough season last year, like a very unlike Jewel Lloyd season. She could possibly leave. I feel like the Aces, for what she did in the playoffs, I feel like the Aces can find it in the draft or in another player for cheaper. So she possibly could leave. Arike is a very interesting name. Being in Dallas with Paige, she got to play off the ball. I don't think Arike fully knows how to play off the ball yet. I ain't even gonna say like she don't know. I don't think she's comfortable with it yet. And being in Dallas, more than likely they're gonna draft another player that can help them out offensively. So there's some more touches that's coming from her. And Arike, we know, is being a ball dominant, possibly 20, 30, even 40 points a given night. So I'm thinking she could leave. That's possible expansion team that wanna hit the ground running. Maybe wanna throw something at her, or a veteran team that got good core pieces. Like I thought that keep coming to me is New York. New York could be a possible spot for her if they clear out enough room and enough players that they feel like they don't want. They could get a Rike, and you get like Stewie and Sab. You know you're gonna pay Stewie and Sab. How much is the question? Are they willing to just get the max so you can get somebody like a Rike and then pay her, so that way you have 3 max players instead of one person with the super max, and then try to get two other max players that's eating up a lot of cap real quick with 3 players. But it also boils down to what are people willing to take. Now, granted, this is a huge jump up from what they was already paid, what they was already getting paid anyway. So I don't know who would be comfortable with what money. Maybe somebody would be okay with taking $500,000 to be on a really, really good team and try to compete and win. Now these two, I feel like these two are gonna get paid. At least one of them gonna get the supermax. I don't think both of them getting the supermax, but at least one of them is gonna get paid really, really good. Is Sab okay with not being a max contract and maybe taking 750 or something like that, and then you can get a Rike around 600 maybe. So yeah, it's a lot of factors that can go into that. Or she can go, like I said, she can go to one of the expansion teams or another team that got a lot of money to throw. Like I said, Washington, like they starting over fresh. They got a lot of space, a lot of young players. So that's another landing spot possible. Jackie is also a very interesting name. Now, while I do believe that Las Vegas will try to do everything in their power to retain Jackie, I don't think they want to pay her to the level that somebody else is willing to pay her. Because I'm pretty confident that Las Vegas is okay with keeping Asia and Chelsea. I feel like both of them pretty locked up going now. Um, so I think she can. I don't heard about three, at least two teams possible want Jackie. There's Chicago and Indiana, because that's where she from. So teams like that, they got their eyes on people and got money to throw. I could see Jackie leaving Las Vegas, especially if they not paying her what she would like to get paid. Now I don't know Jackie's motivation as far as money goes. So I don't know if that'll even be a thing to her. If she perfectly fine with what Las Vegas give her, I don't see why she would leave. But if she wants to like go back home to Indiana and they got some money to throw at her, I could see her going now. Same Chicago. Chicago's a team that got some that can make some space for themselves to throw some money at somebody. Whether they'll do it or not is the question. Ray Burrell, she's one of the interesting names that I have on this list. As an up and coming player, I do see her. I do see her possibly getting a good contract from somebody. I don't know how hefty it'll be, but I can see a team paying her really well to possibly get, especially if they got a question mark on the starting spot that they need to fill, like Chicago, like something to say, like a small forward position. But yeah, she did really good in Unrivaled, and I'm seeing her kind of turn the corner. I don't even want to say turn the corner, but I think she's progressing. She's progressing well, especially coming off a rookie contract. I think she's progressing really well. So I can see her picking up, and I think the Sparks are like literally loaded. Like I don't even think I think they got enough. They got enough on their roster now, so I don't think they need her. She should. So I definitely see her going somewhere looking to possibly be a starter for somebody next year. Like I'll take Chicago, because I really see her in Chicago right now, with Chicago having Angel and Camilla. It's concrete starters. The point guard is a question mark, because you don't know you don't know how long you're gonna have Slew. The shooting guard is also a question mark, and the small forward been a question mark for Chicago since the season started last year. They drafted Sivka for her to come over, but she stayed. I don't think she come over last year because she was a teenager anyway. But they assuming she gonna come over this year. Once again, you don't know how she's gonna translate. If she gets out there, if they put her in the starting lineup now, and they put her in the starting lineup now, and she gets out there and she struggles, or she just ain't got it, you're gonna be in another position where you have another year where you don't have a solid small forward starting. They didn't have a solid small forward starting last year. They had a rotation of vets in their position all year long. Like the starting small forward position never stayed one person. Like it was a revolving door all year. So they got to find. I feel like they need to get somebody that they know they can depend on to be in that spot, and I feel like Ray Burrell fits that spot well. She may not offer a lot on offense, but she can help you out immensely on defense. And at a team that struggled, especially on the perimeter wise, with defense. So I think if Chicago can get somebody like that, maybe, I'm not saying throw the super max at her, but maybe not even max. If you can get Ray for like 7 to 6 K, I'd take it. 7 to 600K, I would take that. Then you come down here to Michaela. Michaela was extremely underwhelming for me last year. I don't see her staying on Chicago, because there's somebody that they could have moved last year or traded while she had some kind of value. She really ain't got no value at this point. So I don't see why Chicago would even keep her. Now somebody else could use her as a good bench piece. I think she still got some get up and go about her, but I don't know. It's just gonna take a different. It's just gonna take a different type of coach to bring that out of her, and I don't think Chicago got that right now. So they gotta look around for another way to replace her. Not even replace, just somebody just to fill in when she leave. Skylar, Storm. The Storm team as a whole is a question mark of mine. Because with them having a new coach, I really don't know who gonna stay or who gonna go anyway. Um, but I think Skylar would like to go to a contender. Teams in mind, I don't know because I know wherever she goes, she gonna want to start anyway. I don't see her coming off the bench for anybody, so I don't know. It's a small window. It's a small window of teams I could possibly see her going to right now. Um, but yeah, I don't know what Skylar gonna do. I really don't. Emma Messerman, I think she was on the Liberty last year. She came in played some good minutes for them going towards the end of the season in the playoffs a little bit. Um, she played some good minutes. Once again, she an old vet. She'll land somewhere. You saw last year she still got some gas in the tank, so she can play for somebody. I just don't know who. Um, Natasha Howard, she had a solid year last year in Indiana. Role was slightly reduced due to how they operate, and of course she played next to Aaliyah Boston, so she didn't have like the year she had quite in Dallas. Um, but she's still a formidable player though. So well, wherever Natasha end up at, I think it's a good addition to the team. BG, I don't know where BG, I don't know where BG gonna end up at. I don't. I really could have said, I really could have just kept her over here at Atlanta because I really don't know where she gonna go and or how much money she gonna take anyway. Ariel Atkins, that's another question mark of mine. I don't know if she wants to come back to Chicago. I don't know if Chicago want her to come back. Um, but she can be a good plug in piece for somebody. So, her the way Chicago is operated right now, um, I just don't see I just don't see them running it back with her because after now, granted, Chicago had a rough season last year with like injuries and all that, but when Chicago was looking at that one person to take the ball and go, like she wasn't that type of player. Um, and I don't know what Jeff saw. Um, and maybe he was hanging his head a little too hard on Sloop. Now if Sloop survived the whole season and don't get hurt, yeah, maybe she looks a little better. But she had to take on the reins of being like the primary ball handler, and I don't want her handling the ball that much. I just don't. They tried her at point guard a few games that didn't work. That's why Rachel Banham ended up taking over point guard duties last year. Then you got her playing out of position, so just a bad situation going on in Chicago, and I don't know if she want to go through that again. Um, I don't know what kind of money she looking for. But if Chicago were to bring her back, I'm paying her. I'm not giving her max money. I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't give her the max. Because I don't think she lifts that team up that much. Because they lost more games. They lost more games than they won in the 24 season. So, you figure, and especially after you trade in the not third round, after you traded a number 3 pick in the first round for her, you figure you would at least make the playoffs for the person you get back in return. They didn't even sniff the playoffs. So that's another reason I would just cut my losses and just fill in once again. But that's another hole you gotta fill though at the shooting guard position. Um, Hines Allen, pretty much a do everything player. She'll find a spot somewhere. She may be expansion league bound, but I don't think she's gonna get no crazy max supermax contract. Dejanay Carrington, she's an interesting name. Once again, just go back to Minnesota. They got a lot of bodies. They got a lot of bodies they can retain or move around. It just depends on who they want to keep. Um, I know Dejanay did play decent in them games. She did play. So I don't know how fun Minnesota is of her. I'm sure they would like to keep her if they could, but she's one of them. She's one of them utility players though. Really, really good on defense. Can score the ball. Not a really avid 3-point shooter, but she can shoot a three though. This is another person I wouldn't mind Chicago looking at. And the only reason I miss Chicago so much because I'm a Chicago Sky fan. As of right now in the current day, I'm a Chicago Sky fan. That's but I wouldn't mind having Dejounte on Chicago. At least for the defensive presence anyway, because the defense after Angel and Camilla, like the fall off of defense is like really really bad. So I would take somebody in that mode that can help do something on the perimeter. Because once you start running screens and putting Chicago in the zone, like it's curtains for their team. It's curtains. So I would like them to do. I would like them to do something. Uh, I would like them to do something in that aspect of and in addition to the small forward position. Natasha Cloud, that's another interesting name, but I got her leaving. I got her leaving New York because I feel like New York finna shake up their roster a little bit. Um, I got them adding another scorer at some point, and they are, and with uh Sabrina coming back, they are loaded. They loaded. They at least loaded top heavy anyway. So I don't know. I know they got good minutes from Natasha last year. Natasha last year in the playoffs and before that. But once again, that's another veteran point guard that could go somewhere and help out somebody that's drafting a young point guard or expansion. Or expansion could bite on and throw her some money. Once again they go to how much money do each of these players want? Because I know Natasha was fighting hard. She was definitely one of the hard fighters for the CBA. So once again, it go back to how much money are you willing to take? I think this CBA this CBA right here it's gonna distinguish a lot of players. It's gonna separate from who wanna win and who wanna get paid. Which all of them are getting paid most definitely, but in a situation where you are already on a good team, would you be okay with them paying you less, uh, or would you go somewhere else with somebody that's willing to pay you more money? Um, like a young team that's trying to get established and need some veteran presence or something like that. So it's a lot of unknowns, a lot of questions that need answering. Join Canada. Me personally, I wouldn't mind her on Chicago. Just I know going into last year, I would prefer Join Canada over Sleuth last year. I know that much because Join Canada, she can score. She can score on all three levels. Um, and she can pass the ball. She can handle it. Now the defense is not where you want it to be, but I mean it ain't hip for Sleuth either. I mean, she's a 37-year-old point guard coming off ACL. So like, and I feel like this is somebody that can run pick and roll well with Angel and Camilla. Um, so no, I wouldn't mind joining Canada. But Naja Laney, I think she was out with injury last year. So I don't know where she's at. I don't know where she's at like mentally with New York. I don't know if she want to stay. I don't know if she want to stay. If she want to go or what. But I wouldn't mind seeing her on another team. Steph Dolson, it's another old vet that may be floating around to another young team. Shatori. She played a little bit for Atlanta last year. That's another veteran. Microwave scorer off the bench. Natisha. I always get her name wrong. I just call her T to be honest. Um, she's interesting too. Now I know they got the stud buds over there in Minnesota, but once again, somebody may throw her some money because she has had moments last year where she's one of the best scorers on the team. Some games she outplayed Courtney, believe it or not. But But I could see a team. I could see a team throwing money at her, possibly maybe not being like a day one starter, but like a good six woman coming off the bench, something like that. Um, so it's possible. Minnesota may very well keep her though. But once again, you running into the problem in Minnesota where you paying to keep a lot of people instead of replacing them with younger rookies. So I said that's another unknown. But I had her leaving. I had her leaving just off the simple fact that they could find what they got in her. They could find it in the draft, I believe, or in the next draft, or in a cheaper player. Rebecca Allen. I know a lot of Sky fans hate Rebecca Allen. Me personally, I like her game. I just don't think she fitted well in Chicago with the situation that happened. I don't hate her game. She's a good shooter. She's a good shooter when allowed to be. When you ain't got her doing stuff that's way out of her comfort zone. Um, Cause Chicago had her doing some of everything. They had her playing small forward, had her playing defense on one of the better players on the team, and just all type of stuff. I just think she just got dealt a bad hand in Chicago. Granted, a lot of the vets did because they was like once all them injuries happened, it seemed like everybody was just out of position. When nobody where they needed to be at. So but yeah, I hope she laying on good team somewhere. She's a vet. She's a vet that can shoot the ball coming off the bench, and I feel like that's something that any team can handle. Kia Stokes, I really don't know who or who wants or needs Kia Stokes. I don't know. Maybe Dallas need. I know Dallas needs some depth at center. Maybe they may pick her up, but I just feel like it's so many other options out here other than Kia Stokes. But I hope she lands somewhere. Hope she get paid. That's all I can say for her. Sydney Colson, she's coming off a bad injury in Indiana. She's a good locker room player. At this point in her career, she's a good locker room player. So somebody looking for some veterans, maybe an expansion team. That'll give her a nice payday, or somebody just need a vet presence in the locker room. Um, but but yeah, I got her leaving Indiana. Timmy, she showed some good minutes in Golden State. I don't know why I drew a blank right there. But yeah, she saw some good minutes in Golden State last year. She's still formidable. Rather start her off the bench. Think she'll be a good addition for a team. Lindsay Allen, she's a solid point guard. She's not top shelf, but she do what need to be done. For the most part. Katie Lou, I think she was out for injury all year. Somebody may pick her. Odyssey Sims is an interesting name. I'm pretty sure Indiana would like to keep her, but I don't know if they would. I don't know if they want to keep her in Erie. I don't know if they want to keep her and Erie together. Because once again, depending on what role they're trying to get Caitlin Clark, and I don't know what her injury is going keep her. And I'm talking about Caitlin Clark when I mean injury. I don't know when, because they had a lot of injuries last year too, and you don't never know when she may go down or somebody else may go down. But I got her leaving to go somewhere else. 'Cause I feel like she can go somewhere and get paid. Go somewhere and get paid by somebody. Somebody might, and she's been putting on a good showing in AAU and last season. She played really well. Had some really good playoff games to help get Indiana one game away from going to the finals. Really impressed by Indiana last season. After the Clark injury, they played really good. Kennedy Burke, that's another veteran. I can see going somewhere else. Emma Cannon, She played on the Sparks last year. She had a couple heater games last year. She offered some shooting. Could go somewhere else. Tiffany Mitchell. I ain't seen Tiffany Mitchell play in a minute. But that's another veteran though. Somebody need another good ball handler. Ty Harris. I was actually high on Ty Harris possibly going to Chicago. But once I saw that Sleuth is oh yeah, because I got all this light on. I don't do good with lights. Once I saw that Sleuth was coming back, they kind of killed the Ty Harris. Ty Harris to Chicago type because she's a good point guard, good ball handler, can shoot the three. I definitely saw her remember her lighting it up in Connecticut. While they had their playoff run, so she's still good. I know she had some injury last year that kept her out, but she's at Dallas right now. But I think they may move her around. I see her going somewhere else. Rachel Banner possibly could go somewhere else and actually play her role. She did okay as a point guard for Chicago last year. That's not really her position. Once again, not sure the total chemistry of the Chicago team right now. So I don't know if they would even want to bring Rachel back, or does she even want to come back, or will somebody go out their way to pay for a shooter, like somebody like Seattle that needs some more scoring, with their team possibly getting fragmented, and they going to get a young player in the draft. Maybe you can pair her with somebody like that. With them, they for sure keeping Gabby. Then you got Dom. But yeah, she's interested. But I just got a hard time seeing her come back to Chicago, especially with them, especially with Chicago looking more than likely to turn their team in like a different direction. Megan Gustafine. She had some little heater games here and there for Las Vegas. They didn't play a lot, but they played she ended up getting a ring there. Dantis, I think she was in Indiana last year. She didn't play much. I think she had an injury. Well, Indiana getting Timpkins and actually playing her last year. I think they may move on from Dantis. But Dantis, she played well in FIBA. So she showed that she's still formidable. So I think another team be glad to add her. Kia Nurse, I got her going to Toronto for multiple reasons. Brittany Sykes is another interesting player too. I don't know if I don't know if Seattle would like to keep her. And try to build around her and Gabby and Dom. I don't know if that's their intended core or whatever. But she got to Seattle. She didn't look like the Brittany Sykes that was in Washington. I didn't expect her to because it's a totally different situation. But yeah, she's interesting. Once again, that's one of them players. That's one of them players that I like to throw in the hat for Chicago. She played with Angela and Unrivaled. Seemed to have decent chemistry with her. I feel like she can play with anybody. I feel like she can fit. She do a lot of stuff for your team. She's a ball handler. She's a defender. She's a good attacker of the basket. Not a avid 3-point shooter, but she has the ability to shoot, and she ain't scared to shoot. She can get to that free throw line, which teams could always use somebody that can get to the free throw line when the offense gets stagnant and can't seem to buy a bucket. You got somebody like Brittany Sykes going there and get to the basket, draw a foul, get some points for your team. That's why I see her being a good addition for Chicago if they were to go that direction. I think she upgrade over Ariel Atkins anyway. There's no shot at Ariel. I don't want to seem like I'm belittling Ariel. Ariel is a good solid. She's a good solid piece player. I don't think she's a like all-star caliber player that can elevate your team up to that level. Like, okay, you can make the playoffs with this person. She has flashes. She had flashes like last year. She scored. I think she scored like upper 20s, plus 25 a few times last year. She might even scored 30 one time last year. Like I said, she has flashes, but it's not consistent. If you depending on that person to get 20 every night, you're gonna have a hard time getting that out of Ariel compared to Brittany. Brittany, you think you pretty much depend on her to get 20 every night if she get the ball to the point that where she can get those numbers. Cause she gonna get at least 6-7 free throws. I didn't mean to say 6-7. But yeah, she gonna get to the free throw line at a moderate rate. And she can score. She can score in fast break. She can score in half court. She can get a couple threes up. So yeah, I really like Brittany Sykes. I feel like she's gonna be one of the names. She gonna get one of the names that's gonna get called for somebody, to take a good paycheck, to come start for them. Elizabeth Williams. I would like Chicago to keep her out of all the vets Chicago had last year. I would like them to keep E. Will. She played solid. She played when Camilla went to go play overseas ball. So she's just a good fill-in player. She come in, she do what she need to do what she's supposed to do. And she's in that veteran range. So just a good reliable player. I say her only drawbacks is her free throws, but other than that, she's solid hard body on defense, and she can score the ball on offense too, various ways. So she's a solid bet. If Chicago kept anybody, I would like them to keep E. Will. John Quayle is another interesting name. Another New York Liberty player. Another New York Liberty player that got a possibility to leave if the money right. With you got Steps, you got Stewie and Sab that you know for a fact getting paid. How much money does that leave for John Quayle? And will John Quayle take that? Once again, are you willing to stay with a good team? And get paid, maybe not what you want, or will somebody throw some money at you, throw enough money to make you want to leave? Those are the questions. That question right there is surrounding a lot of these players. Do I have Natasha Cloud on here twice? I do have Natasha Cloud on here twice, because I was wondering why she was down here again. Ezra Stevens, another interesting name. I'm high on Ezra. Me personally, as a player, I really like her. Really like her utility. She's a decent defender. Really good defender depending on the matchup. I think she's a really good. I think she's really good piece for anybody that needs somebody to play some defense. If you need somebody to play some defense, I think you can depend on her. She's very formidable, and her playing a stretch forward ability is really nice. But yeah, I really like her as a player. Landing spots are really endless for her. Whoever need another paint presence. I think she can score. She can score on all three levels. She got a 3-point shot. She got a jump shot. She can score in the paint too. Decent defender. Just a really solid player. Can be off the bench or starting. She played really good for the Sparks last year while Cam Brink was out. So yeah, she's a name I'm really high on. Possibly go somewhere and make an immediate difference. Bree Turner, I feel like once again it's gonna be another vet player that if you need somebody in the locker room, I think she can fill that space. She got a little time in Indiana in the playoffs in spots, specific situations. But yeah, I see her going somewhere else possibly. I think I ran through anybody. I think I ran through everybody one by one. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's good though. But once again, we got a lot coming up. See if we got any. See if I missed anything on the list over here. I think I got everybody for the most part. Trying to make sure I didn't miss no names. Yeah, New York got some. New York got some paying to do if they want to. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think that's cool. That's good. Good 60, 70 players that's on free agency. 77 here. Yeah. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. And I got how many for sure that I think is coming back? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna skip her. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So I got at least half. I got at least close to half. It's not necessarily half, but it's close to half. So I got 37 out of 77 players that I know for sure are returning, or I feel like it's returning. Even the ones I got with the star beside them, I'm not even 100% on them. So it's probably like maybe like 34. How many stars I got? How many stars I got? 3. I got like 3 stars. But yeah, but yeah. So I got like 37. Well, 34 out of 77 people returning to their team. So they leave what, like 40, 43. So yeah, they leave like what, 43 people that could possibly be on the move this free agency. That's crazy. Gonna be monitoring this over next month, especially next month, because I think I can't remember what all the dates are. Uh, I can't remember that important date tweet. Important date too. But I know some stuff is coming up. It's around that first week of April when everything gets started. But yeah, if y'all got any comments, drop down in the video. Like I said, once I end this right here, the video should be reposted. Um, but yeah, let me know y'all thoughts. Who y'all think gonna leave? Um, who y'all think gonna stay? Uh, and who do you want your team to go after out of all these people? Rather it be on either side, rather it be somebody you think returning or you think it's somebody gonna leave. Um, who on this list make your team better? And I'm gonna try to go back. The next live I probably gonna do is probably gonna be around. Well, it's probably gonna be after this come out. After the free agency go out, after they go over, I'm gonna try to go live again before the draft because I know they pretty close to each other. If it's not the next day. Um, but yeah, let me know y'all thoughts. Like, comment, share, uh, and subscribe if you haven't. Cause I'm my next year, my game plan for the WNBA will when the season starts. Like I'm gonna try to do like box scores of each games and like talk about like what happened in the game, uh, what happened in the game, and who I think played the best, what the team need to work on, this, that, and the third. Um, but yeah, I'm probably gonna do some more of these like free discussions. You wanna come in and chat, or you wanna chat afterwards, in the comments, so you can do that as well. Um, but yeah, like this This gonna be my first video doing this. So looking forward to doing a lot more. I really can't wait until the free agency start and moves start happening and the chaos break loose. Um, but yeah, let me know y'all thoughts, and I catch y'all in the next one when the free agency start. Y'all be easy.